Ross, Wisconsin, of all places, God bless America, I kind of met our next speaker, our first speaker. And we didn't really connect, but I saw him from afar, and I saw that he had this real big passion and real big heart. To be honest, the real reason why we ended up connecting is because he had married someone from out of the country, and during that summer, is when someone sent me a message, God bless the internet, and said, "Oh my God, you're amazing." And my first message back was like, "I'm Canadian, I'm looking for a husband." Like, let's just be honest here. So I put it right out there. And so then I'm like, who do I know who knows how to marry someone from out of the country? And I remember this guy, so I called him up and we became friends. And over this last year, he'll sort of share the story, but we become really good friends, and I took him from a world where he had spent, if you think that investing in this program was a lot, like what he had invested is a scary amount of money in some other programs. And I was like, dude, what are you doing? You just need to come to life on fire, because it will just change everything for you. So, he had to break through a lot of fears. How many of you have broken through some fears this weekend and are still looking at them and being like, Felicia, come on now, it's been 3 days, right? Like, you need to go away. So, please welcome to the stage, talking about what's fear got to do with it, my good friend, Tommy Sandvik.
A few years ago, a friend of mine sat me down and showed me a service he thought I could use. And I looked at it and I said, wow, this is so amazing. Not only do I need this, but every single person I know needs this service. What's the business opportunity? He showed me and I was ecstatic. It was, of course, a network marketing company. So for the next year, I was on fire, drinking from the fire hose, going to the events, everything they told me to do. I recruited 35 people in my first year on my team. But there was one problem. I wasn't getting the duplication that I needed. So I had a choice. I could either get good at sales, because I was not having success sitting down with people and showing them the service one-on-one, but I was a really good recruiter. And I said, I need to get better at this. So the problem was, I was terrified of sitting down with people in a one-on-one sales conversation. Ironic after this weekend, right? And I had a choice to make. I could either get better at sales so I could lead my team, or walk away. And I chose to walk away. So it made sense then to move on to a business model that didn't involve talking to people. Enter Amazon dropshipping. So I took a business from $0 to $500,000 in sales in 1 year on Amazon. It was phenomenal. I had systems. I had all the support that I needed. I had technology. I had staff. I was drinking margaritas on the Mississippi on my friend's yacht while the money rolled in. Wow. Life was good. That's the entrepreneur dream, right? There was just one problem. I started realizing I was operating in the gray areas of Amazon's policies. And things started to shift day by day. A little tweak here, a little tweak there. The next thing I knew, the fears started to creep up. And I, again, had a decision to make. I was waking up every single day paranoid that that Amazon was going to shut down my business and I was going to lose everything. And I couldn't have that, because then I'd have to go back to corporate America. So, again, I had a choice to make, a fully profitable business. And I decided to shut it down. After I did that, I said, well, let's find a business model that doesn't involve selling other people's products. Something a little bit more linear, that's not a gray area of policies, or at least a little bit less of a gray area. That's another story. So I decided I was going to build my own brand of kitchen products. I was importing a hamburger press in China, putting my own brand on it and selling that on Amazon. And I was getting 2 or 3 sales a day, nothing major. And then all of a sudden one day I was on vacation in Huatulco, and I woke up and I had over 20 sales. It was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I have no idea how it happened, but great, good. The next day, 20 sales. The next day, 20 sales. And I thought, this time, no fear. This time, no problems with policy. I am going to the top. Well, unfortunately, when you have a very cash-intensive business, I crumbled under the own weight of the expansion. Ultimately, ran out of stock, product got held up in customs, and I was violating patent. So that completely went away. So completely beaten down, I took a look and I said, something isn't working. Well, what happened in my life when I was successful, when I got what I wanted? So the first example of that is when I was in college. There's a traveling Broadway show called Blast, and I wanted to be in that show. In order to be in that show, you have to march in an activity called Drum and Bugle Corps, which is what David referenced. If you don't know what it is, think professional marching band. Travel around the country doing shows for an entire summer and sleeping on gym floors. And I had all the reason not to do it. I mean, I decided 4 days beforehand that I was going to go audition on snare drum. I had no idea how competitive that is, by the way. I failed miserably. But they called me back anyway and offered me a spot on baritone because I had a brass background. So I did that summer. It was absolutely amazing, and it was one of the most transformative of my life because I came out on tour that summer. All because I knew what I wanted. The next time then, the next big move I made was, this college thing, suitcase college, it's not working for me. I want to go work at Disney World. So there's this program called the Disney College Program. So I applied for the Disney College Program. I was accepted, and again, I knew nobody. There was no Facebook group to know who my roommates were. I didn't even know where I was going to be positioned. I mean, again, all kinds of reasons not to do that. But the thing is, it didn't matter. I just woke up every day in class, dreamt every day in class about what it would be like to wake up at Disney World and know that I get to go and, make magic. Side note, I now live 20 minutes from Disney World, and I go there all the time. So, the third example was when I was a mobile DJ. So I came back from working at Disney on that internship, and I became a mobile DJ. If you saw me dance at the white party, now maybe it makes a little bit more sense. And here's the thing about being a mobile DJ. I was young. I had admittedly no experience when I started. And I was doing somebody's wedding. Kind of a big deal. I mean, you have the weight of their entire wedding on your shoulders. If you screw it up, hopefully this is a once-in-a-lifetime event. And that would not be good. But what's interesting is, despite the fact of all that weight and all those fears, and I'm not good enough, and I'm too young, and I'm inexperienced, when I flipped the switch at 8 a.m., 8 p.m., for the microphone to go on, I had a choice. Again, I could either let all that fear paralyze me, or I could step up and reach my full potential. And because I chose every single time to reach up and go for my full potential and do what I knew I was capable of doing, when all of the fear went away, I was one of their best employees. I was trained on everything across the board. They sent me to the most difficult shows because they knew that I could handle them. So what's fear got to do with it? Absolutely nothing. It's not the fear. It's the story that the fear was creating in my head. The story that I couldn't sell. The story that Amazon was going to shut me down. There's people who are still doing that business model. And they didn't get shut down. The story in the third one, fear tricked me. I thought I had it. I was going all the way to the top, but it tricked me. And that story that I knew what I was doing, even though I had no idea how I grew, was ultimately what led me down. And then conversely, the story with drum corps was just vision. I just knew what I wanted. I wanted to be in that show. I knew that I wanted to work at Disney World. And I knew that I wanted to show up for people's wedding and have fun. So we're going to do a little exercise. I want you to take a moment and think about what it is that you want. Now, you've been working on this all weekend, so take a moment and think about what it is that you want. I want more money, I'm looking for my mate, whatever it is, you want more clients, whatever it is that you want. And then, on 3, you're going to speak it out into the universe. So what do you want? And speak it out into the universe. Okay, are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Now, although we've broken through all these beliefs over the weekend, all the fears, I want you to bring up whatever is the reason you feel you don't have it, even still here at this moment. What is the number one reason why you don't have it? So it's, again, all the good ones are taken, or no one's going to buy it from me, I'm not good enough, people won't listen to me, I'm afraid to be on social media. I know there's a few of you in here with that one. So think about what is the number one reason why you don't have it, and we're going to speak that out as well on 3. Okay, ready?
Ready.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Now think about this. You are already creating what you want. It's happening every single day. So then if you want more money, every dollar you make is towards your monetary goals. If you're looking for love, every person you meet is helping further refine exactly who you want. So take that. Every time you have an issue, every time you have that story going on in your head, think back to, what am I already creating? And then make the decision to flip the switch on your own potential. Thank you.